Hello and welcome to this episode of Simply Saturday. My name is Julie. This channel is called Stamp with Julie Baum, and I am an independent demonstrator. I have been for over 30 years with Stampin' Up. Today I'm bringing you a fast and easy card. I have been having so much fun with the Splash and Relax stamp set, and actually the bundle, because there are coordinating dies that go with this. Here is a photo of the dies. For today's fast and easy card, we are only using stamps, and it's very difficult because the die cuts are amazing, but simply because of the intricacies of the die cuts, it didn't qualify as a fast and easy card for today. So at the very end, I will show you a very similar card, but I used a bunch of die cuts on it. And if you feel like copying that card and stepping it up a little bit, then I invite you to do that. All right, we are doing a fun fold. I have a piece of basic white cardstock for my card base. This is 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches. I've scored it here at 4.25, as you typically would for the fold in a card, but I also have scored it at 1 1/8. We're going to fold that one flap back, and then this is the card fold. I did, maybe about 3 months ago, this same fold, and we did a monochromatic card. So if you want to find that one as well, I will put a link up here in the corner that will take you to that video. All right, I've got some designer series paper, and I'm mostly just playing off a color combination that I wanted to play with, and that is yellow and this blue. This is Coastal Cabana. So we're using white, yellow, and the blue, and again, keeping it pretty fast and easy. So I'm going to do some gluing. I want to get my papers attached. I will tell you the sizes of these. This piece is Daffodil Delight. Now, this is a designer series paper that comes in an assortment pack. So it's the Brights assortment from probably 2025. I like this side. It looks summery. Well, the color is summery, but I like this stripe. And so that's what led me to this. All right. This piece is 2 3/4 inches by 5 1/4. You're going to need two of those. Now, these can match or they can be different. You can see that you can mix and match. I'm going to be using the striped side of these. Then I have two pieces that are 1 inch by 5 1/4. Same thing, you can mix and match or just have them all the same. Then I have cut a large die cut. This is from Stylish Shapes. This is the largest circle. That's Coastal Cabana. And then one size down out of white. So I've pre-cut those. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the inside of the card. I will decide by the time we get there. All right, so I'm going to glue on my papers, but one thing before I do that, I'm going to take this large piece with the yellow stripe. I'm going to grab a piece of scrap paper. I don't have any grid paper handy, but I do have this scrap of just copy paper. And I'm going to put my paper here, and I'm going to take the stamp that says, let's see, I've got a bunch of stamps out. Honestly, if you could see that side and that side of my workspace, you would see die cuts of beach balls, flip-flops, sunglasses, little drink cups. I've also got all the different stamps out. So I've been going broad directions with this. All right, I'm looking for Hello Sunshine. Here it is. Hello Sunshine, and I'm going to use my Daffodil Delight yellow ink. I'm just going to put a print right here on my designer series paper. I want this to be rather random. Oh, let me make sure. I was also using Lemon Lolly today. Let me see if I have Daffodil Delight or Lemon Lolly out. Aha, I thought so, because that's kind of light. This is Lemon Lolly. I'm going to set that aside. I want Daffodil Delight. All right, I am going to do what we never do. I'm going to stamp right on top of that. And if it's not great, that's okay. We'll forgive it for the video purpose. Turned out great. Okay, so with my Daffodil Delight in a random diagonal pattern, just adding that Hello Sunshine sentiment all over my paper. All right, that is both fast and easy, like so. Okay, now we'll do some gluing. So let's go back to our card base. And we're going to put this piece on the front, the largest panel of the front of the card. Make sure your words are not upside down. And this is going to go right here. Now, instead of centering it, I actually don't know what I did last time that I made this card design. Instead of centering it, I'm pushing it a little bit to the left because I want these white borders to be the same. That means this one is a hair wider, but it doesn't matter because that's going to get covered with the flap for the most part. So I've got that piece in place. All right, the next thing I'm going to do is figure out my small pieces. So I think what I'm going to do is stay with the stripe. I'm not going to switch to that side, but I'm going to alternate my colors. So I'm going to put my Coastal Cabana next, and I'm going to put my white and yellow, my yellow piece there. All right, let's get those glued into place. So with this bundle, I have been making little treats to hand out to people. I've been making cards. I've been working on Stamp Club. I always film my projects that we make at Stamp Club. So the June projects, those videos will be coming very soon. All right, and then this final strip, this 1-inch piece with the yellow showing, is going to go here. So already you can imagine different papers, different color variations, and it's going to look great with this card layout. All right, then this last piece of paper is going to go here on the inside panel right there. I'm probably going to stamp on that, but I'll tell you, for the most part, I've been making the little inner tubes or the little floaty rings out of the die cuts. I've been stamping and die cutting them and not just stamping them, but I think I'm going to stamp one on here and we'll see how it turns out. Okay, so that is what I want the front to look like. This is going to be the inside, which is lovely. I see I've got some yellow ink on me. And now it's on my card. All right, so for the front of the card, we are going to use our circles. And we're going to do our stamping, of course, on this white one. Let's get an idea where these are going to get placed just to see. It's a pretty big circle. I'm probably just going to center it like that. All right. And I'm going to stamp a beach ball on this yellow circle. On the white circle. I'm going to stamp a yellow beach ball on the white circle. And again, I have been stamping and die cutting a bunch of, they're hard to pick up, a bunch of beach balls in all different color combinations and then die cutting them. But for today's card, I don't want to take the time to die cut. So starting with Lemon Lolly and the basic shape of the little beach ball. Let me clean it off. I'm not sure what I stamped it in last time I picked it up. All right, and my Lemon Lolly. And I'm going to put it way down here on this corner. Can you have a corner on a circle? All right, very light, but that's fine. That's what I want because now I'm going to go with this detail part. This stamp clearly was blue ink before. Let's make sure that it is nice and clean before switching to yellow. And now I'm going to get my ink from Daffodil Delight. And what I'm going to do is look down through the stamp and look at the ball shape and try to line up these 4 wide stripe sections with the ball. Now I'm going to have to move this a little bit closer to me so that I can see it. and we will hope for the best. I would like to get like right in there, but I don't want my head to be in the way of your view. So not too bad. All right, there's our little beach ball. And then with Coastal Cabana, let's add some words. We'll just go with fun in the sun. Like so. Cute. And then we are going to need some embellishments as well. I apparently cannot keep my fingers out of the ink today. So I'm going to go over to my little embellishment case and pull some out, and we'll see what we want to use. I have something in mind. I'm just not quite sure if the colors work. All right, I have shimmering dots, array of dots, and I think I have party dots somewhere here, if I can find them. Okay, well, right this second, I'm not able to locate the party dots. So let's take a look at shimmering dots and array of dots. And yeah, look at these, the yellow and this blue. That's going to be great. So I think we'll do that. This would have looked pretty too, this little shimmering color. Two very good options. Okay, let's attach this white circle. Look, I used something that had stamping on the back of it. Doesn't matter. No one's going to know once this is glued down. All right, I'm going to add that to my Coastal Cabana, like so. This is going to go on here, and we're going to add our little decorations here. All right, so I think this is the direction that we want to go. And then we will stamp on the inside as well. Okay, I'm going to do a combination of these. So I'm going to use some of the yellow and some of this light blue, and we'll just strategically place that one there. And one of these. I think I'll do, all right, I'm making an executive decision as I do this. I'm going to put 3 dots here, like so. And I think this needs something. So I'm going to grab some twine. Let's see what colors or options I have. I have a lot of twine that is left from products that end up retiring. So I've got a couple different options. This looks a little bit too blue. This one actually looks pretty good. And let's see if there is I don't think I have a ribbon choice. Okay, I think we're going to use that combined with, I have some yellow here. And I have some white. We haven't done this in a while. Let's do a little combo here. So I'm going to cut a length of this yellow and white twine and some of this blue and white. So this is where you can look through your collection and see what you might have. You probably have ribbon or trim or twine, just like I did. Something that you can use. I'm going to put all 3 of the strands together. And I'm going to try, let's see. Before I pull my knot tight, I'm going to take a look at it. Okay, I kind of like the whimsical look of the knot. Let's see if we like a bow better. All right, so I'm glad I didn't tie that super tight. That was easy to undo. Sometimes when I add a piece of ribbon to the twine and make like a shabby chic bow, That works too. Okay, this is 3 strands of different colors of twine together in a bow. That's cute too. All right, well, the bow is already tied, so we are going to go with the bow. But if you don't want a bow, you can certainly do the knot. I'm going to tighten up my knot and make my loops smaller. And I do want it just a little bit fun and whimsical. All right, let's trim those ends a little. I want to leave a little length and see what that looks like. And this one, okay, grabbing a glue dot. All right, that's what we'll use to put this on. Let's go ahead and put our big circle in place. I want the circle centered on the card. So that means it is not centered on this area. So I'm not putting it centered on this. I'm centering it to the card like so. So I'm going to strategically put my adhesive only in that area. And you can see how that works. Okay, no glue showing there, no glue showing there. And now our cute little bow that we came up with. Probably 2 beach balls on here would have worked too if you'd rather do some more stamping and not have to add another little embellishment right here. That would work too. All right, there we go. Now we have that. All right, let's open this up. Now this is going to show. I was going to do a different color combination on my little ring, my inner tube. But now that we're here, I think we're just going to stick with the Coastal Cabana. Okay. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. So we're going to ink this up. All right, we're going to experiment. Here we go, folks. We're going to experiment right as we go. I want to do a Coastal Cabana. And then I want to show you how you can put the accent on this. And that can be done with this stamp, which fits onto the ring. And then you can get a two-tone. You'll see that on the second card that I show you. Or there's another stamp that is the one I'm going to use that has little lines on it. And I think since we're going tone on tone, this is the one that we're going to use. All right, so let's get it mounted instead. And we're just going to do Coastal Cabana on top of Coastal Cabana. These little lines will fit. Okay, when you look at the inner tube, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces that are kind of pudgy out this way. The little white lines are bowed out. Then you have the 4 spaces in between where their little white lines are bending in. This particular stamp you want to line up with the sections that are in. And we have that cute little design. Now, if you wanted to, we could also add the handles. I've only done the handles with a die cut, but we are here making this happen today. So we're just going to go ahead and stamp the handles on because why not? There we go. All right, again, fast and easy. And we wanted to stay away from the die cuts only for this card just to keep it simplistic. All right, there is our fast and easy card. Let me show you what I did by adding the die cuts. All right, I started with the same idea of stamping the word onto my yellow paper. I did use all yellow paper. I didn't use the Coastal Cabana on this second card. And now you can see how cute all the little die cuts really make it pop. So I've done a two-tone beach ball with bubble bath and what's the bright pink? Melon mango, melon mambo. I've cut my glasses out of Timid Tiger and done some little silver lenses. I did my stamping on this card in Azure Afternoon, and you can see the two-tone inner tube with the die cut handles. Absolutely adorable. All right, then on the inside, I did another die cut tube, this time two tones with the blues and the little fun in the sun. So you can see that if you have the bundle and want to take the extra time to do die cutting, you can stick with the same card design and create something that is just a little bit stepped up, or you can keep it fast and simple just by using the stamps and some embellishments and keep it easy. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I look forward to hearing from you. And as I always do, I will put some information for you below this video that I think you'll find very helpful. Thanks for watching. See you next time.